What's up everyone, Deejus here. Today we're going to bring you a nice replay commentary between two top level players, RiceMuncher and Kantbei. Now, you probably recognize RiceMuncher from an earlier match I had on this channel, and Kantbei, he was in the Mangs tournament. He played Recon in the first round, so you probably know both of these players. Both of them are high level players in Fog. This game actually, though, was played back in September when they weren't quite as good as they are now, so there's plenty of mistakes we can analyze and look at and break down, so hopefully you guys can learn something from this. So this map right here is called Redemption World. It used to be in the Global League for quite a period of time, I'd say 2 to 3, maybe 4 months, but I think it's currently out of the rotation. It's one of those maps that I love now, but I used to be terrible at. Similar like Stalling Rod, once you know the tricks, you can perform a lot better. If you look at the map, it's a typical 2 base versus 1 base in airport map. I mean, half the maps in the Global League are like this at this point. So you basically want to focus on your strong side and try to overcome their weak side. But in this one, the center is a little bit more important. Another thing before we get into that, though, is the capture chains. There's like no capture chains. Like if you look at this stuff, like every property is like pretty far away from another property. You can't just go one property, cap the next, cap the next, cap the next. You have to like go kind of far for the property. So this map, like a lot of people like to get really safe properties first. On this map though, for me, I like getting the contested properties as early as possible because they're kind of hard to capture later on. Your opponent can effectively interrupt them, especially Sturm, who can have really strong recons that can move like through all sorts of terrain. Like you want to make sure you capture those like vulnerable properties first, or not first, but you know, early on in the game. Focus less on optimally getting money and focus more on, in the long term, trying to get properties. So you see the strong side, weak side matchup. Also, the HQ is somewhat vulnerable. I mean, it's on the weak side, so technically you should be able to push, but usually in most of my games, it doesn't come down to an HQ cap. It usually comes down to a victory in the middle. This is one of those maps where you have a strong side and a weak side, but it's such a big map in the middle that I go strong side, weak side, center. I break it into 3 fronts. And when I play this map, I try to win 2 of the 3 fronts. So let's say if I choose this as my strong side, I try to win the center and this side right here, and have this as my weak side and just hold down the fort as best as I can. You could technically go pincer strike, but I prefer to include the middle. If you want to switch things up and go heavy airport or whatever, you can also try to go strong side on this side as well, including the middle. But you don't want to try to go all 3. That's how I originally lost this map so many times. I tried to put an equal force on all sides, and I just ended up getting clobbered. So you pretty much want to have a strong center in this map. Earlier maps were pretty viable to have pincher strikes, but in this one, you can't really forego the center. You kind of need the center. Even though there's only 4 properties up here, it's really good for maneuvering. And it can take a long time to reinforce the sides from all this stuff. Another reason I chose this map is because of the matchup, Sturm versus Von Bolt. Now, Sturm is incredibly strong on this map because Sturm can move through forests, whatever, rivers, in 1 turn. Everything's terrain cost is 1. So you can move an infantry up. The one capture chain you can have is capture this base and then capture this city right here as Sturm. Sturm can cross this annoying little forest right there easily. Can cross this little forest over here easily. A Recon can reach up to this base, this red base, in 2 turns, which is insane. You move 8 spaces up here, 8 spaces up here, and you can already start interrupting with the Recon. I don't recommend trying to like interrupt this city because it can easily be stopped by a tank, but Recons are super strong on this map all the same. I like reusing Recons even when I'm not Sturm. The matchup though, Von Bolt is a tough matchup for Sturm because Von Bolt has plus 10% firepower and plus 10% defense. Sturm has minus 20% defense, percent attack and 20% plus defense. So his attack is really weak against Von Bolt. Like if you look at the calc, like Von Bolt or Sturm attacking Von Bolt tank to tank, like onto a city tile, like it's unfavorable trades, even with the first strike advantage. So it's a bit of a tough matchup for Sturm in that regard, but the movement is huge. So this is such a close game in terms of matchup because Sturm does have that movement bonus, which is crucial for the map, but also RiceMuncher does have the Von Bolt, which gives him massive defense, and his units are just overall stronger. I typically don't use many artillery or indirects on this map, but I can see Sturm making them viable because they move through everything with 1 cost. You can throw in artillery, rockets, etc., but the middle is pretty open though, so I typically don't go too much artillery or anything like that. Although you could pop one over here or here perhaps. Same goes over here, here, and also this middle one. If you can get artillery in that forest, that's pretty beautiful. Or a rocket. That's pretty ambitious to get a rocket all the way over there. There was one time I seen a battleship as a grid, but that never happens. So don't expect that. Another thing you want to do is make sure you get anti-air, because aircraft are pretty good on this. Typically, if I do build aircraft, I shift to the other side, because I usually build anti-air on my strong side because I'm expecting the airport, so it's smart to just shift ahead of time, anticipatory, shifting your B-copters over to the other side so you can catch them off guard. Where all their anti-air over here, your B-copters can like rain havoc over there. Alright, let's get into the game itself, because this is a longer match. This was a pretty long match. Alright, let's get into it. Typically, infantry builds, you go for the base here first. Make sure you always do that. When there's a base available first, you go for it first. Even if you have to skip a turn of getting another property, go for the base. Typical stuff. Another thing that kind of throws people off on this map is... okay, that's weird. But first, before we deal with that, another thing that throws people off on this map is base skipping, because you get like a weird number so you can barely not get a tank. Just don't base skip to get a tank in this map. Just get it later, or get a recon or something. Just don't base skip. That's my number one rule. Okay, so we got standard infantry, except for this this mech. I do not understand that at all. I would have gone either recon or, and I guess you couldn't afford a recon, so I would have just saved up. I don't understand that. Another mech. Okay, so this is RiceMuncher in his early stages. I don't know what he was thinking here, but I would not go mechs here. I do not recommend this in any situation. Do not go mechs here. Save up for a recon, maybe a tank, artillery even. I do not like this start from RiceMuncher. Smart move, get a recon. Like I said, 2 turns, it can get over there. See what it did. Standard infantry stuff. Okay, now he goes for a recon. He could have afforded a tank if he did not go for those 2 mechs, so whatevs. Mr. Kantbei says, you can't get this property. Can't interrupt that property. It's too late, and he wouldn't want to anyway, so he's just scouting for information at this point. Gets a tank, standard stuff. I like Kantbei's build a lot better than RiceMuncher's at this point. Look how easily the infantry cross the rivers, cross the mountains. It's like it's nothing. Like, Sturm is so strong. It's crazy. Let's see. APC. Whoa. That came out of left field. Why didn't he build a mech here and then use the mech ferried for the APC? That would have been a lot smarter. I think he thought of this like afterward. He could have gotten an APC a few turns before to get to this contested property earlier, which is crucial. I agree with that move. I just think the order he did it in is a little strange. So Kantbei goes over here. I guess he was anticipating that he'd be able to stop it. I probably would have plopped it here. Maybe over here or something. Capturing middle property, smart move. Yep, go for that one. Getting the tank out there. Smart going all strong on this side. Kantbei has a strong opening so far. Good job. I would have done the same. Going through the middle. Okay, this sheet. Recons should not attack other recons. That's another thing in my rule book. Recons do not attack other recons. Recons, they scout, they kill infantry, maybe even mechs. They do not attack other recons. They're going to do like 2 to 3 damage max. They're so much better off scouting, killing infantry, whatever. Just don't, even just like blocking like a city or something, just don't attack other recons. Just don't do that. It doesn't make any sense. Save that for the tanks, save that for the medium tanks, save that for the battle copters. Recons do not attack recons. That's one of the lessons for the match. Recons do not attack recons. Recons are for reconnaissance. Recons are not for fighting other recons. Chill with the recons. Okay. Interesting. So now it seems that Rice is going strong on this side with an APC and mech push with tank. A little strange, but, you know, do what you gotta do. Typical, I think Kantbei is going like book moves so far. Nothing out of the ordinary. He's going to capture this property over here in 2 turns with this infantry right there. Nothing unusual at this point. Standard infantry builds. Pretty standard. Interrupting the cap, kind of risky. I guess you can't see any tanks here, so I guess it's not a terrible move. It does like 4 damage because of RiceMuncher's good defense and Kantbei's weak attack, or excuse me, not Kantbei's, but Sturm's. Oh my. 2 artilleries. Okay, this is where you get outside the book. I guess as Sturm, since you can move all your artillery easily through all the forest and stuff, I guess it becomes more viable. And the defense for the infantry also makes it harder to break through infantry walls. So I don't quite disagree with this. Maybe not 2. Maybe I would have gone 1 and 1 more recon on this side over here. Recon on this side, artillery on this side. But, you know, whatever. We'll see what he does with it. RiceMuncher is 10. So Mr. Munch does a standard capturing with the infantry. Let's see what those mechs do. I'm curious. Captures the contested base early. I like that. But he has nothing in the middle, really. Kind of delayed it with buying those mechs. Instead of an infantry going through the middle, he could have gotten faster there with a normal infantry than a mech. So his properties that he's supposed to capture, these are reds, these are blues. He's a little bit behind on that. And that one's been interrupted, so that's a little shaky. But it's kind of expected if you're versus Sturm that you're going to have your caps interrupted a bit. Luckily, he did capture this one over here. Or he will, successfully, I assume. Man, Sturm is so weak. Tank and a 8 HP Recon can't even kill that infantry. Pathetic. No moving around. Consolidating a little bit in the center with that tank instead of... I don't like that there's no overlap right here. Like, what if he had a tank here and the tank just went on the property and just attacked it? Like, he wouldn't be able to stop that. Like, he should have had the tank over here, maybe, or anywhere else, really, that has overlap. Overlap is a huge part of Advanced Wars. Huge! You need to make sure that your things overlap so you can have some nice counterattacks. Overlap is crucial. So, big mistake. Not big mistake, but a mistake early on. Luckily, it looks like RiceMuncher is not going to be able to punish it. But to say his tank is right over here, he's going to get punished hard. That's just a dumb move. But you know what? Learn from your mistakes. Build a prophylactic anti-air. I like that move. Usually, B-copters are like always on this map. They're ubiquitous with this map, so I like building the anti-air early. Turn 9, perfect. Turn 8 to 11, I like building an anti-air on most maps. Going for the center has some backup, so I think he'll successfully capture that middle property. Interrupting with the Recon. Okay, good interruption right there. The mechs are finally getting into the middle right now, but they're going to run into infantry walls, and they're just going to get slaughtered by infantry. Like, there's not many tanks to use the mechs against. You just got the mechs way too early. And he should have used the APC to ferry the mechs, but instead he just bought it later. And base skip. Yucky. No base skip. Not even turn 10 yet. Already base skipping. Don't like it. Don't like it. Rice is having a little bit of a shaky start right here. And he's not getting those contested properties yet. But although this Recon is going to die. Alright, Pizzle. See, already attacking the mech, getting some damage done. That mech is already half useless. So Kantbei definitely has the advantage in terms of properties. He's soon to capture this property over here. He has one of the contested middle properties, and he hasn't allowed Rice to get either of them at this point. So right now, I'd say the favor is in Kantbei. I like it. I like his start so far. It makes more sense. I don't quite understand RiceMuncher's start at this point. But then again, Sturm does have a tough matchup against Von Bolt. Once the units start fighting each other, I think it'll become more apparent that that weak Sturm attack and that strong Von Bolt defense, it'd be pretty decisive in terms of battles. So right here, ooh, I like that. Blam, blam. Okay, so it does kill that in 2 hits with an artillery and a tank, so that's nice to know. Getting some kills here on the infantry, preventing that completely, but he also is not getting his own property over here. So 2 contested properties. Like I said at the beginning of the match, you want to get your contested properties early, even though it's suboptimal in terms of getting funds. Look how long they haven't had these properties for. Well, I don't even know. Maybe in plenty of terms they won't get them. So just get those contested properties early. This one right here, this one right here, this one right here. Mirrored on the other side. Make sure you get those contested properties early, so you don't have to fight for them later. I like this APC a bit, but he should have used it earlier instead of the mechs, and then he could have easily gotten one or both of these properties a lot earlier, or this property as well. So I like where his head's at, sort of, but I think the order was off. This is a Mang's infantry over here. I don't know what it's doing. There's no chance it's not gonna. You can't try capping that property right there. That's just suicide. Brave infantry or dead infantry, and don't you forget it. Brave infantry, dead infantry. You want to have backup for your infantry. All right, so he's going for Kantbei's front contested property. That is not going to work, especially with a nice little artillery. Almost said anti-air, but I didn't. I said artillery. Let's get it. And now we're going back to Kantbei's turn. Killing some already interrupting that. Oh my god, those mechs didn't make any sense. They're already becoming useless. Getting some nice tank hits off on him. Doesn't 2-hit KO because you're dealing with Sturm versus Von Bolt. Good luck with that. Oh, mechs. How little you done. I do not agree with this. Oh. Anti-air are used for zoning. Anti-air are used for zoning. Don't put them on the front of the lines. He needs it for this copter over here. Now it's going to get obliterated by a tank and a mech probably. And the copter can come in and do whatever it wants over here because he doesn't have any other anti-air. He should have kept the anti-air back here, covered all his tanks or whatever. Going up to the front to get a nice little cheap hit on an infantry doing, I don't know, what, 7 damage to an infantry, $700 worth of funds before getting obliterated? That's not a smart idea. Keep your anti-air back. They are for zoning. Yeah, that didn't have a prayer's chance. He's capturing it himself. Medium tank, beefing up the big boys. Okay, yeah, he sees a bunch of tanks. I don't disagree with that move. Also, medium tanks go easily through the forest, too. Not a bad idea. Now it's RiceMuncher's turn. Let's see if Ricey has a spicy response to being behind 2K and funds this turn. Okay, so now he gets, finally, the back contested property. Copter comes in. What do you know? He's going to kill the anti-air. I know he's going to kill that anti-air, and it's going to be completely useless. Boom. Boom. Call the division. I predicted the future. We all know what happens. You do not do that with anti-air. I hope you know now. I hope you know. Okay. Going in with the tank. I don't know about this, though. He's got a lot of tanks. Well, he's got backup. I take that back. Not a bad engagement. He might want to have a single artillery. Okay, gets his own anti-air. Smart. There's a copter coming. Got his own copter. It's going a little hard over here on the right. I mean the left. It's got to be careful with overextending on this map. I mean, it's going to take his Kantbei a lot less turns to go back and attack over there than it will RiceMuncher. It's going to take him a ton of turns to get more infantry over there, so you don't want to overextend. Copter's coming in. He has no anti-air response for that. That's why you build anti-air in preparation, like Kantbei did. It was a smart move. He made the anti-air at the right time, but he just thrust it forward. Like, it takes back all the smartness from using it in the first place and then just killing it right there. So it looks like we got an artillery spam going on here. Cool, let's do it. I'm all for it. Why not? If you're Sturm, because Sturm makes more sense using indirects than other CS. Pretty decent engagement over here. It's got a... My goodness. Look at the coverage. Look at the coverage. I guess this one can get attacked and nothing happens. And this one too. But still, those are coming in soon. They're going to swarm the middle. He's going to get control of the middle. I'm assuming Kantbei is going to use this power. Usually as Sturm, you want to use your power instead of your superpower because it gives you 30% defense, which is nice. 30% defense makes it nearly, not impossible, but super hard to actually do damage, especially on a property. 30% plus 30%, 60%. You're not doing very much to that. So I would assume he did not use the power, which is a little curious. I would have used the power right there. Maybe he's saving it up. I don't think he's going to use the super. That wouldn't make much sense. Old man Von Boat is now attacking. Let's see what he's still going for the jugular over here. You know there's a copter that's going to do whatever it pleases. He's still going for it. So a little over aggressive on that side over there. I know he has the numbers advantage, but they're all weakened, and there's a copter over there. So I think that's a little ambitious. And that's another Mang's infantry over there. It's going to get decimated. Like, don't even try that kind of stuff. Don't try this at home, kids. Ooh, that tank. Bye-bye. Okay, he's getting some nice hits off on the artillery, at least with the copter. Remember, if he had the anti-air, that copter wouldn't have done so much damage. Like, that copter is doing work right now, and he has no response at all. Kantbei has no response at all to that copter right now because he made that anti-air error. That's how huge using anti-air for zoning can be. When I tell you this stuff, I'm not telling it for shits and giggles. I'm telling it because it can save you games. It can save you wins and losses. Just, like, make sure... Not save you losses, but you know what I mean. It'll save your games. So don't do what they did. More copters. Now the copter spam's coming in. I don't always like to make too many copters. I think teching up to a medium tank is smart at this point. You don't want to make copters every single turn, because once they get 1 or 2 anti-air, like, those copters are going to get shut down. So I typically make, like I said earlier, an early copter or late game copters. I don't make mid game copters, and I think he's going a little too hard on the copters right now. Kantbei can make 2 anti-air and everything's shut down. Save it for medium tank, save it for a neo tank, save it for a bomber if you're feeling feisty. I don't know. Just don't keep making copters every turn. I know he wants the unit count. You get an extra unit. All your bases are free if you build a copter, but still, like, let's ease up on the copters. Ooh, bam! Midterm meteor strike, kaplowser. I don't know why he waited in the middle of the turn and also when he had that much funds, but he did. Now he's going to have super amount of defense. His offense is going to be shored up a bit. I think it's at exactly 100% now because the comm tower is 10% and he has negative 80% and another 10% for the power. So he has exactly normal firepower right now for any normal CO, which is kind of interesting. Can't kill that tank. All right, now he's reinforcing. He expects the anti-air here. He expected RiceMuncher to anticipate the copter better, but he didn't anyway. But that's a smart move to retreat. You always want to assume your opponent made smart moves and anticipated your attacks. So I don't disagree with that here. In retrospect, I mean, RiceMuncher was caught off completely guard, but whatevs. Makes sense in this regard. Medium tank coming in, have no answer at all, just these little Baptocopters that'll get shot down immediately, so that's why you tech up. That's why I don't make Battlecopters every single turn. Rockets! Look how far I can move. 2 turns, you're already in the middle. So I can see, normally it doesn't really make much sense to build rockets in fog, or rockets on this map in general, but as for your Sturm, it kind of makes a little more sense. Indirects are typically more powerful with Sturm because your infantry walls are stronger, and also they don't care about, like, tires? What are tires? Like, pretend these things have, like, super treads. They can go through anything with one movement, so who cares? Bolstering over here, going over to the right. Now it's RiceMuncher's turn again. So Raisu is feeling spicy, but was he feeling dicey? Let's find out. Okay, so he's still going strong on this left side over here with a bunch of weakened infantry. Which, whatever. That's a good wall. I guess he can maybe get this property, but he's got Recon. That's a little ambitious. I probably wouldn't do that at this point. I'd probably heal him up and then go for a push maybe in the middle. Or send a few more tanks over here. He doesn't really have enough support. He's got a weak Recon, a bunch of weak infantry, and an anti-air. Maybe if he shifts this tank over here, it might be able to do some work. I like how the anti-air is over here, though, at the point of origin of all the Battlecopters. Oh, this is why you tech up. This big boy is going to blast. So, when the big boys blast, your units are you're going to be on their ass. Okay. Consolidating the middle, pushing back this this artillery cannot reach this tank right there, so it's sort of useless. That copter is doing major work. The anti-air still can't reach. But a Von Boots superpower is coming soon, so you better watch out. Here comes the rockets. Coming towards the middle, making a middle presence, going all the way over here. I mean, it's going to get a few copter smacks around, but I guess if he uses the anti-air support, which he should use. Oh no, it should have overlap. It should have overlap with the medium tank. Should have put in this forest right here to have overlap with the medium tank. Now the medium tank can take a bunch of hits from the copters and not have a counterattack. This is why you want overlap. Not just zoning, but like overlap. You want overlap with your units. Overlap! Overlap is crucial. Yeah, so that's not happening. This Recon's preventing that. Storm Recons. Neo tank, golf ball alert, golf ball alert, golf ball alert. All hands on deck, golf ball alert. Let's see what happens. Strange engagement with an anti-air to Recon. I probably would hit it back to make him think that it didn't have any anti-air, like hid in this forest or something, or hid somewhere. I don't like revealing my hand with anti-air. What if he had a tank? What if the Neo tank was here? It's going to get blasted to Kingdom Come, then there could be a Battlecopter. Another mistake by RiceMuncher. Both of them have mistakes with the anti-air this match. You want it for zoning. You don't want it for attacking. You don't want it thrusting in the front lines, shooting at little infantry and doing recons, for God's sake. Like, come on. Bad idea. Attacking the infantry instead of the Neo tank, or the medium tank. Interesting. Let's see if the copter attacks. A bunch of rummaging around in the middle. Smart idea, moving the copter over there to the side, probably anticipating that there is anti-air on this side, and there is, and it will kill this copter right there if he gets proper vision, which he probably will. So that's why, okay, I guess so, but it should have been over here so he could attack this one that's near the medium tank. Preventing, so right now, RiceMuncher is behind 1k in captures, although he might capture this property over here. So it's looking pretty decent for him, or for Kantbei rather, just holding on to that income advantage. Oh, actually, never mind, I said that too soon. Kantbei will have to lose a few. Oh, never mind, bye-bye. He's going to maintain that nice income advantage, but old man Von Bolt, from his wheelchair, he's going to press that big old button in his wheelchair and something big is going to happen. It's that big shockwave or whatever. Von Bolt super. So I'm assuming it hits over here with the Neo tank. I don't think it would hit over here. It would hit with the Neo tank, so the Neo tank's going to be fully paralyzed for a turn. But he doesn't have vision. Oh, whoa, it's not paralyzed? What? Why does it have full HP? Maybe it's a glitch or something. Okay, he's going ham in the middle right now, though. I guess he thinks that everything's going to be paralyzed in the middle, so he's going full force, trying to get this property even though there's a artillery there. He knows it's there. I don't know what he's trying to capture, I guess, just to draw attention. This is why you have anti-air over here. Protect your medium tank. But, you know, you learn your lessons. And the mechs are back. Started off with the mechs, bringing the mechs halfway through the battle. Whatevs. Yeah, so they were fully paralyzed. So these things are useless right now. You can't do anything. The copter is going to be dead to the anti-air or the copter over here. Neo tank. I guess the copter can get a shot off on the Neo tank, but it can't do too much else. I'm not sure. Maybe he will capture that. I'm not entirely sure. It'll be very close, especially if Kantbei gets his normal power off. We'll see if he does. Stop interrupting the cap is pretty easy to do. Oofers. Yeah, he's going to capture that, and he's going to get the income lead. Ooh, and how the tide turns. The tables turn. Yeah, you got to watch out for that. Sees all this stuff going on here. I think he's overextending at this point. He needs to chill, maybe capture this property over here. Go for this property, just like, you know, chill. Don't overextend. Right now, you're one turn away from this base. Like, what if there's another Neo tank? Like, it's going to get annihilated. You know what I mean? There's an artillery there. It's dead anyway. There's a rockets nearby. I'm not sure if the rockets reaches. Probably does. So you want to be careful. You don't want to overextend. Don't get too cocky. Get into some nice kills. Oh, you overextend maybe if you kill like a copter over there, but now it's going to die to that Neo tank or take a big chunk. So, gotta watch out for that. Also going to anticipate Kantbei using his CO power, so you might want to make sure your units are not bunched up like this. This area over here is probably going to get smashed by a meteor unless RiceMuncher makes some proper moves. See where the meteor lands, assuming he uses it. Probably right here, actually. Now I'm seeing that all those overlap. Boom, balloon, boom, boom. He's not using the meteor mash yet. Meteor mash, isn't that a Pokemon move? Okay, whatever the thing it's called, meteor strike. It's a little less cool than meteor mash, but it's technically accurate. So what can you say? Kantbei is kind of on the back foot now. He's lower on income, and it seems to be low, or a little bit slightly higher on the unit value. So it seems pretty even right now, but he's slowly losing some influence in the middle. Building, you know, whatever. Holding on to his CO power for some reason. I probably would have popped it as soon as possible, but although this will be a nice smash for a meteor if that happens this turn. I don't think you save up for a super. I think you should always be popping the normal one, but you know, maybe he wants to pop the super. Who knows? He's super close to it. Let's see if he does. Oh, bomber alert! Triple base skip bomber. Oh lord, I would not have done that. I do not. Triple base skip is so stupid. The only time I ever triple base skip is if my opponent has a stealth and I need a fighter that turn. That's the only time I ever would do that. The only time ever. Triple base skip is not smart. Just build like artillery if you're afraid of like Neo tanks or medium tanks. Don't build a bomber and have to like ruin all your unit count. Boom! Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Bye bye. Okay, so that's pretty decent meteor mash. I'm just gonna call it meteor mash from now on. That's what the Advanced Force Committee, Intelligence Systems, or whatever they call themselves. They should change it to meteor mash. RiceMuncher, let's see what he does with that bomber. Will it make up for skipping for 3 turns? Okay, he's hiding it, which he should, because there's an anti here. Although Kantbei has a pretty strong push on the left side, so he was behind in property count, but now he's pushing pretty hard on the right side. He's got all these units over here, so this is clearly his strong side in the middle. See, there's kind of like a band. He's got a little bit of stuff over there. I would have put the medium tank on the other, or the Neo tank on the other side. I think he went a little too even on this map. He probably wanted to have like more artillery, more rockets on that side to prevent like an offensive and not invest so much in the Neo tank. Also, another thing, you don't really, I don't know, you also want to be aware of bombers here, so you may not want to have too many Neo tanks and whatnot, so we'll see. Anyway, getting back to it. Just basically shifting all units around in the middle. Nothing too exciting happened that turn. RiceMuncher does have the income lead, so he can afford to chill. Even though he has one of Kantbei's forward contested properties, so he's doing pretty decent, but he doesn't have his own forward contested property, which is a little strange. So you don't really see this matchup too much. But he's got a whole bunch of infantry going towards his HQ. If you know me and you know what games I show, this should give you a nice little hint of what might happen. Just a hint. I'm not going to say nothing, but if there's a whole bunch of infantry and it's a Deejus replay commentary, there may be an HQ cap involved. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Healing up the Neo tank. Buying him. What? Buying him missiles. Okay. Yeah, why the hell not? I mean, I can tell you why the hell not, because they suck. But, yeah, I don't agree with that. Just get a bunch of anti-air. Or a fighter. A fighter would have been a lot better than a missiles. Like, okay, they give you, like, some, like, fog of war, or, like, some good vision. But, like, Even with Sturm like movement, they only move 4 spaces. That's like atrocious. My god. I would not build the missiles. You should have saved up for a fighter probably, or 2 anti-air. Just build 2 anti-air. Why are you building the missiles? I guess he's trying to flex. Although he's not winning enough to be flexing, so that's kind of weird. I guess I don't think that missile is going to come into play by the time the bomber starts bombing stuff. So yeah, shifting around. I think Rice knows that the strong attack is coming on his right side, so he needs to watch out for Kantbei's offensive. Perfect. He basically, bam. Oh, not quite, but he almost, or he still does airport lock him. He can't build anything on the airport. If he wants to get a counterattack, he has to put the tank on top of the airport, effectively shutting down the airport for at least 2 turns. So, pretty good move. I like that by RiceMuncher, getting an anti-air all the way over there. Nice little lock. It's looking a little dire for RiceMuncher right now. At least on that one side. He has a head in the income advantage at least, but look over here. Got some infantry coming. You got the... Wow. I've never seen a rocket come this forward before, but I like it. It's kind of cool. Protecting sort of this infantry, and I guess the anti-air... God damn it. The artillery is protecting the other part. I kind of like that. Now it's RiceMuncher's turn again. See how Rice responds to this Kantbei offensive. Attacking a tank, that's kind of putting in the way for... Oh, I guess he thinks that he doesn't have 2 anti-air. So that's pretty risky. If he had anti-air instead of this missile, I think he might have been close enough to reach. Probably not, but close enough. His offense... Yeah, okay, you got the effective airport lock. However, I don't know if it really matters that much. Just prevented 1 turn of a copter coming, basically. Interrupting the cap over there pretty easily, so maybe you'd say that Kantbei overextended, and then RiceMuncher's gonna get a nice Von Boot power. So Rice is feeling dicey, Rice is feeling spicy. So be able to watch out for him right now. He's on a roll. I think Kantbei's got a pretty nice base over here, but they're kind of like... Then there's got these little ragtag group over here. They aren't as supported as they should be, but he's got a strong little moon base over here. Little arch, little moon. So let's see what Kantbei does next. Gets the easy kill on the copter. Can't see it, but he probably killed an infantry there, I think. The missiles is slowly but surely, 2 turns later, it's sort of inching towards the airport. I think he wants an airport lock. Oh, he wants an airport lock with the missiles. He wants to plop that bad boy like near the HQ, maybe on this city over here. It's got pretty decent defense compared to like other units. I think a missiles can survive like a Neo-tank attack, whereas a rockets gets annihilated. I think missiles actually have decent defense. Another rocket. Oh my god, he's going crazy with the indirects. I mean, I like indirects and all, but he's going a little crazy. I guess if you plop it here, it'd be pretty nice. You can get your base back. Yeah, if you get a rockets here, that's pretty beautiful. I'm not going to deny that. So actually not a bad move. But X-Machine. Ooh, did the X-Machine. Okay, that was terrible. But anyway, I think it's probably going to get these 2 rockets over here and that missiles. I can't see yet, so don't want to give any spoilers because I can't even give spoilers if I try because I forgot. But I think that's what would happen. That or, yeah, this may be the clump over here. We'll see where it goes. Ricey is feeling spicy for sure. 2k income advantage, and he's going for the middle, like, easier property for Kantbei. So he's probably not going to get that, but he's going for it anyway. See what happens. But he's still... Kantbei has all those infantry over there, and he's got backup from indirect. So maybe he still can have a renewed push on the side there. He's got a medium tank lurking in the shadows, barely being unable to be seen by the opponent. Just slithering around. Slithery little medium tank. See what Kantbei does. He may be able to get the power this turn. Oof. Okay, so... missiles, rocket, copter, and anti-air all paralyzed. So this bomber can do whatever it wants, wherever it even is. Over there now. I've lost track of it. He's front shifting, so as to evade anti-air, which is smart. Kantbei should have an anti-air on each side at this point, but he doesn't. Actually, he does. No, that was... I don't know. I think it died. But you should have an anti-air on both sides. Oh, Lord. I like seeing it, but I hate seeing it at the same time. For, like, meme purposes, I love seeing missiles. But in terms of, like, winning, you don't build missiles. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Just don't do it. Even if you're Sturm, even if you're Hachi, even if you're high on crack, just don't build missiles. Like, they don't make sense. I don't think any situation that makes sense. Like, build a carrier or something. Like, build a carrier here if you want to, like, missiles. Not even once. Missiles, not once. Okay, just trying to get intel, see if there's anything coming from the airport. Just kind of holding back. Storm's kind of a defensive CO. I mean, he attacks with the recons, but it's kind of a dichotomy. He attacks a lot with the recons early game, but then he kind of gets really defensive after that because his units are so weak. And they have such strong defense, you want to slowly push forward with your indirects. Slowly, like, push one line at a turn, 2 times, you know, like, slowly push forward, like a very methodical push. You don't want to be going crazy like he was going earlier. I think he learned his lesson. He pulled his medium tank back, he realized he overextended, now he's doing a methodical push with his units, which makes more sense. Copter's getting intel, suiciding itself essentially. Both of them are kind of playing defensive, but RiceMuncher can't afford to do that because he has a 2k income advantage, so he's like, whatever, man. Do you. I'll do me with a 2k advantage. Yeah, my god, look at all these infantry protecting this. You're not going to get to that rocket. There's no chance. Whoa, okay, interesting. He's going to, like, try to capture this base with rocket support. I kind of like that, kind of feisty. Ooh, I did not see that tank there, though. That glitchy tank snuck in and gablamos. Yeah, that's not going to work with this Neo tank and this other, like, tank in hiding. I really like Kantbei's defenses, but if the roles were switched and he had a 2k advantage, I'd love what he's doing right now, but he needs to be, I don't know, pushing a little bit harder to get these properties back. Like, he needs to get, like, a bunch over here so he can retake this property. I like what he's doing over here to retake this property, so that's a smart move. So yeah, more of that, please. You can't be fooling around over here. Like, I don't know about that. Get the properties that are closer to you. And don't build missiles. Just don't build missiles. Just don't build missiles. Okay? Did I say don't build missiles? Yeah, don't build missiles. Okay. Red's going in the middle, consolidating. He's got the lead. Got income lead. Does not have the unit lead yet. I think, Kantbei, just due to all his indirects, like getting pretty cost-effective engagements and the meteor smashing into things. He does have a, oh my god. Get a meteor off on that? Oh, yeah. You want to have a recon here to see that? Oh god, yeah. I would sack units. Galore, I'd sack my rockets and crap. I don't know. You want to get a strike on that. That'll be beautiful. That'll be glorious. Let's see if he can get it. Oh my goodness. Probably not, looking what's going on right here. No, he's not going to get it. That would have been a bad move by Rice, not anticipating that he could get a... he got lucky right here. But if he got a meteor strike on that clump of units right there... Whew, man. Meteor mashing, man. That'd be a nice smash. Got lucky. Let's see if RiceMuncher can capitalize on... Ooh, imagine if that had been mashed. Oof. Ow, 8 damage to a Neo tank. That's like $18,000 in damage in one attack. Luckily, the missiles might actually get a shot off. Oh my god, it's actually being useful, and it's paying for itself. One missile shot off to a bomber, it pays for itself immediately. Although that bomber's done work, so it's already paid for itself anyway. Yeah, okay, I don't know what you're doing with that medium tank over there. Another bomber. I mean, the first one worked out so well, why not again? Don't base skip though, build an infantry there, man, come on. There you go. So now Red has decided to go all in towards the HQ of Mr. Kantbei. Overextending a little bit maybe, but you know, he probably still get this property. He's got a whole bunch of units, like he's not that scared. So, up for debate whether it's overextension or not. We'll see. I like Kantbei's position though. He has a lot of indirects and he's really halting any attack. Like I said, he needs to get more income though. Somehow he needs to get more income. He's not getting it though. Getting cost-effective engagements. I bet his kill to death ratio is looking pretty nice. He's got more units. He's got more unit cost. Like, he's doing pretty good, but like I said, if you're behind in like income, it stacks up after a while. Slowly wears you down. Like holding your breath, man. Like holding your breath. See what's going on over here. Just reinforcing, getting recon for the intel. It's 100% dead, but he wants to see all the indirects here. He sees the missiles. He sees the rockets. He sees one of the tanks. He's got a whole bunch of infantry ready to cap. He's got an infantry ready to cap the HQ at a moment's notice. But meanwhile, it looks like these infantry over here on Kantbei's side, and he's getting a nice superpower to do 8 damage to a large clump of units. Probably something over here. Maybe this clump over here. Something's going to get blasted. What are you doing? Why are you moving things close to each other? Separate the bomber. If he's... Oh, man, like... What? Oh, okay, is that? I don't know. Maybe he realizes. I don't know. Let's see where the meteor mashes. Ooh, okay. I think you got lucky with the medium tank. Smart on that part. Not smart on putting the bomber and the artillery and everything close together. Now that the artillery and anti-air are close together, I can just say artillery and anti-air, and you never know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, bye-bye bomber. Good job, missiles. You actually did something, but I still don't recommend using them ever in any situation. Oh shit, is he gonna actually get this cap? Yeah, he is. Wow, RiceMuncher's advantage is coming in. Oh, but... Oh my goodness, look at this push. He's got rockets, he's got artillery, he's got freaking... And they're paralyzed over there. Oh no, not paralyzed, but they're severely weakened. Oh my goodness. He might actually have an HQ push. Another HQ push. Rival HQ pushes. This map has got it all. So let's see what happens. I'm really curious now. Okay. Oh my goodness. Look at all these infantry. There's like 8 infantry over there. What's going on over now? Not even caring about capping. I think he's going all in with the infantry. Just, okay. Yeah, he's still getting that cap. And now, let's see what old Mr. RiceMuncher is going to do now. Right now, it's looking pretty decent for Kantbei. He's got some nice infantry prepared. He's got a whole nice push over here, and he also looks like he's pushed back over here. He has allowed this cap, but those infantry are going to hit a brick wall. There's a freaking rocket, another rocket, tank, copter. Like, he's got enough forces. It's hard to reinforce over here because he's overextended. So he's going to fight back and probably get those properties back. So I'm liking his position, although he's completely given up the middle. So Rice can capture this, basically surround it, and automatically capture it this turn. So, you know, I like some things about his positioning and other things I don't like. Like, this side's going to get annihilated by the rockets. Well, at least the rocket's going to kill the medium tank or do a nice chunk of change. Ooh, man, that medium tank got in the rocket's range, so he can't get a hit off, but luckily he does have a medium tank to do something at least. Yeah, he's going to capture this property over here. I don't know how he's going to stop this. I don't think he can stop that infantry capping. Ooh, he's getting it ready for infantry caps. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Getting a nice cap, although it's only 5 HP infantry, but he's got a lot of units. It's looking scary for Mr. Rice, but he does have tank backup, double tanks. Okay, he's got a lot of backup, actually. I don't know if Rice has, Kantbei has enough muscle behind. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Tank kills the anti-air. Boom, kills the, oh, blam! He's got a nice old man Von Bolt full paralysis. Man, I'm nicking Pokemon moves, Meteor Mash and full paralysis. We're playing Pokemon today, folks. Man, he's hitting a lot of stuff. Oof, oof. This completely cripples the push. Like, I don't know how you stop it. Like, this missiles will shoot a copter, and then this tank or the rocket. This rocket hit off on this tank, but like, ouchie. And then Rice has a 5,000 income lead right now. It looks like that push is crippled. Oof. Let's see what Kantbei can muster. Okay, he's consolidating over here, so he's probably going to get this property back. He's got the missiles coming. Although the missiles should probably be on this side, seeing as the airport is on this side, so I probably would have... I mean, to kill a bomber. I can't complain. Maybe his big brain, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe the missiles was right after all. Who knows? But look over here. All of them are weakened or paralyzed. And then Rice is going to get another attack right here. It's not going to be pretty. Or maybe it will be. Who knows? Ooh, that hurts. But he does have a little bit of counterattack. Let's see if he can get a hit off on the missiles, because those copters are a bit vulnerable. Ooh, he gets a hit off on the missiles, too. He gets an artillery over here. He's got to get back to center. Kantbei's got to get back to center, but he does have a meteor mash coming, so he can smash some of those units. He can mash some of those units, excuse me. Ooh, I'm losing my breath. Let's see what he does. The APC is still doing work. That one he built on like turn 5 or whatever, should have built on like turn 3 instead of the mechs. Man, like I said, he loves his mechs in this map. I'm not a huge mech guy, but do you, man. Kantbei smashes stuff using his power. Okay, they're a little weakened. He gets the 30% defense boost. Or not boost, but he has 30% defense now, so his units are quite strong. He weakens the medium tank severely. Cripples it, some might even say. He's fighting back over here. He's going to get this cap probably. He's going to get this cap soon. So he's got some nice counterplay. got some nice counterplays. He's attacking the mech. He's going in the middle. But he's down 6,000 in funds, though. That's, like, really bad. He needs to get those captures now. He needs to get those captures yesterday. Like, that hurts. We're on turn 29, by the way. I don't know if you can see the turn count. We're on turn 29. This is a long game. So he needs to come up with something. He's building an anti-airs, pulling back. He's pulling back his units, but he got the hits off using his rockets. Oof, that artillery is preventing that. Smart move. Preventing that. Another 6k turn advantage is coming. He's getting another 6k. Smart. Sometimes you don't even need to kill the stronger units. You just want to weaken the infantry to prevent income coming back. And now it's, oh man, it's brutal. The units tried to retreat. Boomless. Like, they're just getting massacred. This is turning into a massacre. Rice has the income advantage. Rice has the unit count advantage. Rice is murdering everything that used to be on Kantbei's stronger side. And now it's become his weak side. Kantbei resigns. Oof. That was a bit of back and forth. I thought he had a shot at capturing over here, but then I think he might have overextended a bit, or a little too early, because that copter and the 2 tanks and etc. were able to push him back. But like, he definitely had some play. I think maybe even those missiles investment kind of wore him back. If you put that into a medium tank or neo tank earlier on in the game and had some actual oomph, maybe a couple anti-airs, like these copters wouldn't have done jack. Like I think the missile was it just wasn't worth it. I think he could have won if he didn't do that. That's why you want to capture the front properties first. Even though Rice was eventually able to get these properties, he was down on income for like a lot of the match because Kantbei effectively blocked him with the recons in the middle because he didn't get these contested properties early enough. Oh lordy. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the match. Pretty chaotic. You don't really see this matchup too often, Sturm versus Von Bolt. I really enjoy this matchup. It's half the reason I showed this match. And this map is roughly even, I would guess. But typically I'd say Sturm has the advantage just because like the movement bonus is so huge, even though the unit bonuses from Von Bolt make it really hard for Sturm to kill them. All around crazy match. I was hoping that maybe he'd get a few caps on this HQ. It looked like he had more promise, but ultimately he was blasted to Kingdom Come. Anyway, hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you learned about artillery zoning. That is the lesson of the match. I did not announce it earlier. Artillery zoning. Anti-air zoning. Anti-air zoning is the lesson of the match. Zone your anti-air. Make sure they don't die easy. That copter early on paved the way for RiceMuncher to have a strong side for a long time during this match. Remember, recons, don't attack other recons. Check 1. Check 2, anti-air for zoning. Check 3, make sure units have overlaps so they don't just become dead things like that medium tank earlier on in the game. Anyway, I hope you had a wonderful time. Oh, we had an awesome time. Leave a comment, do whatever you want or what you normally do, and have an awesome day. And Merry Crimbus. Bye now.